Hey guys, it's Grizzly here, and I am back with another Shadow Era commentary after a long time away. Um, for those of you who followed my videos before my brief hiatus, I am sorry for just sort of disappearing. Um, and I will post a link to the beginning of the video when right now so that you can skip ahead. I just have a couple things I want to say before I get started. So I am sorry for my time away. I got sucked away by some real life stuff and kind of a barrage of new console games and PC games to play. So I kind of fell out of Shadow Era. And then when I came back, I hit a massive losing streak that just sort of shattered my confidence. And I kind of didn't want to do anything with this game after that. So, but I'm back now. And I am ready to get back into some commentaries. I don't know if we're going to be doing any more Noob's Journey stuff for a while, but I will definitely be hitting the commentaries with some gusto. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we have a great setup here. We got an Eladwin Frostmire set up against a Banebow. So, two very strong champions right now. We see Eladwin chuck down that Christopher Wilde, a 1-1 with haste. Gonna get off some early damage on that Banebow, so always a good way to start the game. The sooner you can get a nice boost, the better. It doesn't get much more simple than that. Not to mention, if you can get out an item like War Banner or a creature like Adon the Brave, Christopher Wilde can actually become a kind of a lethal attack force with a 2 attack power and haste, which is sorry, I do need to take a minute to explain to these guys what's going on. So hopefully they don't kick me out of the game. This looks like it's going to be a pretty competitive match. But some players just don't want to be recorded. So I'm surprised that in his second turn, Banebow didn't get out any creatures. It's pretty surprising. But we'll see if he can pull something out of the woodwork here this turn. Now this is going to be his third turn. So, and there it is, Deathmage Thaddeus. A good card to get out. As soon as it appears, it does deal, I believe it is 1 or 2 damage to any hero or ally on the field, and every turn it can activate to deal an additional 2 damage to any creature or monster on the field. Or a creature or hero. He is a 0/4, so he has no actual attack power, so he can't counterattack. But, with that 4 health, he does have some formidable survivability. And because his damage isn't an attack, it's an ability, he can't be counterattacked. So that does, he can't counterattack, but he also can't be counterattacked, so it's a nice trade-off. So we see Eladwin get out a Priest of the Light, a 3/3, and the nice thing about Priest of the Light is that when you summon him, he's going to give you 1 health back and rob your opponent of a Shadow Energy. So getting that card out not only gives you a nice solid monster and a little health buff, but it also robs your opponent of that crucial Shadow Energy, which, in today's game, in today's meta, I can't think of many heroes that, can really afford to lose Shadow Energy, unless they're just, absolutely winning the game. So, definitely a strong creature to get out, especially early game. Robbing a hero of Shadow Energy this early in the game is usually going to be a lot more profitable than robbing them of that Shadow Energy later. But we do see Banebow get out that Infernal Gargoyle. Now, Infernal Gargoyle is a 2/4 with a 1 damage reduction against all damage, but it is important to note that Eladwin Frostmire does have enough Shadow Energy to use her cost 4 ability and nuke that Infernal Gargoyle. Now, it didn't kill him because of his 1 damage reduction, but it did bring him down to 1 health and freeze him. And now with 8 on the Brave on the field, Priest of the Light gets up to 4 attack power, 8 on the Brave, giving all friendly allies a +1 attack bonus on the controller's turn. So now our Banebo once again in a tough spot with, Priest of the Light on the, or with, just that one Infernal Gargoyle on the field, and he has 1 health and he's frozen. But a big move there gets out Plasma Behemoth, which is a very formidable foe. 3/5 cost 5, I believe. But the caveat is that not only can he attack for 3 damage, but he can also use a special ability that deals 4 damage to any hero or ally on the field. So he has a potentially 7 damage output per turn. And that is just absolutely brutal. So, but we are going to see Fireball go down, taking that Plasma Behemoth down to 1 health, and I imagine we'll see 8 on the Brave just clean him up this turn. So, a nice solid counter, Elidwin keeping that Plasma Behemoth off the field, making sure he can't, help Banebo gather any momentum. So I didn't see if that player meant no, I couldn't record the game, or no, he didn't mind, and since he didn't clarify, I'm going to stay in the game, unless a player specifically tells me, no, I don't want you recording, I'm going to keep going because this is how I make videos. Alright, but we see another Plasma Behemoth go down, so now Elidwin faces the same problem that she had last turn, and I don't know if she's going to have another Fireball to help take care of it. And if she doesn't, then that Plasma Behemoth is going to make short work of that 8-on, and Infernal Gargoyle is also now free this turn. That, I think, was a very poor move. But now I understand it. So forget that I just said that was a poor move, because now it makes perfect sense. And Banebo does have lower health than Elidwin, but he is in a potentially advantageous position of being the first person to go after that Supernova. So if he can get out a creature like a 3rd Plasma Behemoth, good lord, now Elidwin, when she summons her monster, it's going to be at his mercy, and that is the last monster that you want being in a position of power over your creatures. However, 1 turn from now, Elidwin will have her special ability, so she'll be able to freeze that Plasma Behemoth next turn. But for 1 whole turn, she's going to be completely exposed, except that she uses another Supernova. I think that was a bit on the excessive side, but at the same time, if she had waited another turn, she would have been 7 damage down. So it would have been she would have been 12 health lower than she is now, rather than the 5 health that she lost. So it looks like Banebo finally ran out of freaking Plasma Behemoth, throwing down 2 Brutalists, a 1/4 cost 2. It's a nice cost-efficient monster if you need some quick defense or even some very light firepower. So, we'll see what happens. And we do see Armored Sandworm go down. Now, that is a very good monster for Elidwin to play. It is a 2/5 cost 5 with a 2 damage reduction against all forms of damage. So it's a slightly more powerful form of the Infernal Gargoyle. So we do see Elidwin use her Frost ability on Brutalists, taking him out. I'm not sure that was strictly necessary. The only reason I say that is because Brutalists actually poses no threat to the Armored Sandworm, because even if it were to get a 1 attack buff from War Banner or 8 on the Brave, it still wouldn't do any damage. However, Banebo's special ability, which he can deal 2 damage to any hero or ally on the field up to 2 targets, cannot be defended by armor. So I don't know if that applies to the Armored Sandworm. Let me take a look. Cannot be prevented by ally or armor abilities. So his 2 damage that he can deal would actually affect that Armored Sandworm. So I think we will see him next turn go ahead and drop that on Armored Sandworm, bring him down to 3 health. But unfortunately, 3 health for an Armored Sandworm is like 5 health for anyone else. So it's going to be pretty tough to kill him no matter what, because, at this point, Banebo needs to get out a monster strong enough to kill Armored Sandworm that can also survive the turn against that 2/5 strength. Now, I mean, that's not super hard. Looks like he doesn't have anything to play, so he is going to be in a tough spot, unfortunately. He's going to have that 2-5 against him. We do see Fireball go down against Banebo, bringing him down to 6 health. So he has a 3-turn timer on him at the most, as Armored Sandworm whittles away his health. So I think at this point, Banebo is kind of circling the drain, unfortunately. Eladun playing just a magnificent game. Now, Banebo did put up an excellent fight. There was a lot of time in the middle there, especially with those cycling plasma behemoths, where it could have been anybody's game, but unfortunately I think Eladwin just had a slightly stronger draw and just a little bit better, perhaps, deck construction. So we see Banebo throw down a Carnivore and a Brutalist, just sort of, I think, throwing up a last line of defense. The Armored Sandworm will have no problem taking out either one of them, and honestly, neither one of them can actually do damage to him, so he doesn't even really have to worry about it. And there it is right there with the last Supernova and the GG. So there it is. Great game from both players and a nice game for me to return to. I'm certainly going to be casting more games in the near future, trying to get back into the rhythm. So stay tuned. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my other video series, A Noob's Journey. And I'll see you guys next time.